Hey everybody, Charles Saufley for PremierGuitar.com, Winter NAMM 2011 Anaheim. I'm with Chris Catero and
Hello.
Patrick Flanagan. This is the Krank Gang, the Krank Dudes, and we're here checking out the
1980 Junior. This year's, this past year, we had debuted the big guy, the 1980, and it's actually been just a super popular amp for us. And so we've done really, really well with all of our junior line. So it was just a real natural progression for us to go ahead and get the 1980 in junior form as well. The main differences basically between its big brother and the little guys is same tone circuit, same style and vibe. The only difference is going to be in the power section. We're using 6550s in the big guy. In the little guys, we're using 5881s. And of course, the transformers being a little different between the 20 and the 50 watt. But it's a 2-channel amp. It's got a great crunch, kind of classically voiced hard rock kind of tone. It's funny, there was a lot of guys who come into the booth that are total metal guys who you would think are just going to kind of gravitate towards the Frankenstein or the Rev or whatnot, who've been in here loving what we got going on with the 1980 juniors too. So it's pretty versatile. It'll kind of go all realms, right down to your kind of country twang up to your metal stuff, which is kind of a nice surprise to see the total long-haired, Hesher dudes come in and oogle it. So it's been cool.
All right, well, Patrick Flanagan's going to give us a taste of the classic voice. So again, that's a really classic sounding voice, but this goes into much more saturated territory, correct? If need be.
It can. And the really cool thing that's great with these too is the fact you can actually, it's really designed too, like with a lot of your more classic type amps, a lot of guys have favorite overdrive pedals that they like. It works great with that for juicing things up and whatnot. So yeah, and the clean channel as well is very warm, very sparkly, very classic in its realm too. Maybe Pat can show us a little bit of that.
Sounds beautiful. So it's a very versatile amp. There's an additional aspect of versatility because this not only comes in this mini stack configuration, there's a combo as well, correct?
Yeah, it does. Over the years, we've had a lot of people always wanting us to build smaller combos because all of our combos have been giant crank face melters, like they sound like half stacks really. But, so people have been saying, man, when are we going to get something smaller that we can really play in the bedroom that's a combo version? So we kind of put our heads together a little bit on it. Actually, Pat and myself, I do a lot of our cabinets designing, and I got with Pat. Pat plays in a Irish rock band. And so this is totally up his alley in what this is. So we kind of have been going back and forth on it. We got something, it's pretty cool in the fact that the combo is made out of just like our little cabinets here for the junior version, a 13-ply Baltic birch. The combo version is a little oversized with a split open back. And it's still though, even with the open, it has a lot of low end and a lot of chunk, which is actually cool because oftentimes when you see the vintagey, tweedy looking amp, you're really expecting that embedded sound, that you have in your brain. But with this amp, it will go to full on heavy metal realm if that's what you want it to do and give you that same feeling, the bouncy feel that you get in your hands, which is something cool. So it's like the monster with its teeth hidden, kind of vibe going on. But we're using in both of them, in the little guys here for the junior 112s, we're using Eminence V12s. which we decided to go with after testing a lot of them. And in the combo, we're using either V12s or the Governors, which come standard in the big 412 version of it. We both like both flavors in the combo, so we just said, well, you know, we use both, so let's make them both available for, you know, whatever it is you're really looking for.
So what are some of the sonic differences between the combo then, based on those speaker differences?
Well, what you're kind of getting is that Governor has kind of that 70s era V30 sound to it, so it's got a little bit more of that honky mid-range that comes through. The V12 has a very specific mid-range cut in it. And it's just, you know, we don't do anything at Krank by like putting something on a scope and looking at frequency ranges or anything.
It sounds good or it don't.
It either sounds good or it doesn't, and we're all players, so we all kind of stand around and go, yeah, that's great, or I don't know. And that's really what we base most of our decisions on. It's not very scientific, but it is in rock and roll terms, I guess.
Right. Okay. So where can folks go to find out more about what Krank's up to?
You can go to the website, www.crankamps.com. Of course, we can do the Facebook, just searching Krank on that. And yeah, we're happy to get on there, answer any questions. Both Pat and I are the ones who actually, I answer all the questions on the website. He does all the forum stuff. We're more than happy to take, you know, we answer the most technical question to the most mundane, you know, what happens when you tune your guitar? And I've heard that kind of thing before. If I tune it the wrong way, you know, will it do something to the amp? You know, we treat everybody with respect in that respect, and we try to be as helpful as we can to everyone.
Well, you may be sorry you said that, Chris, but we're happy to be here. Charles Saufley for PremierGuitar.com.